we shall talk about the historical evolution of C++ language. In the sense, what was the need for development or creation of C++, where it is headed or where did it start from, and what are the advantages of C++. Until the year 1980 or even up to 8085, you can say C was a language very extensively used in system programming. For example, writing compilers, writing operating systems, designing applications, and so on. But over a period of time, as people began to work on C, they began to notice certain shortcomings or drawbacks of C. For example, the first major drawback of C programming language was the lack of support for object oriented programming. In the previous chapter, I had talked about what are the key features of object oriented programming. The key features of object oriented programming are creation of a class, through them objects, data abstraction, data hiding, message passing, polymorphism, and so on. Now, all these features like data hiding, polymorphism, message passing, inheritance have certain advantages when you develop software. Like, for example, due to inheritance, you're able to reuse software. Whereas in C, lack of inheritance prevents easy reusability of software. Although you can reuse software, but it makes reuse more harder. Then the lack of objects and data hiding and data obstruction, data communication makes it very difficult to design complex projects where security of the data or inadvertent modification of the data has got to be prevented. So, a gentleman by the name John Stroustrup, the B is silent, developed the C++ programming language when he was working in AT&T Bell Laboratories, which is a huge company based out of America. C++ derived its object-oriented features from a language called as Simula 67. Simula was an object-oriented programming language and he liked certain features out of Simula and he borrowed those features to develop C++ programming language. But you need to understand C++ was not created from scratch. C++ was built upon the features of C. Therefore, C++ is known as the superset of C. The meaning of superset of C is any C program will also compile or run as a C++ program. That means using a C++ compiler, you can compile any program. So what it really means is, it really means that C++ is a C with a lot of additional features or a lot of additional functionality. As C had a feature called as, or has a C++ has a feature called as classes and objects. So C++, sorry, was called as C with classes and was named as C++ by a gentleman named Rick Massey in USA. So you need to understand that C++ as a programming language was derived or based completely on C programming language. The plus plus indicates that it is an improvement or a further development of C. So plus plus is used to indicate an increase in C language. So C plus plus indicates we took C, we added certain new features and facilities and created a language C plus plus. So the use or the addition of additional features in C language is therefore called C++. So this is just a brief overview of the development of C++. A lot of things have happened till from the time it has been developed and being used. So now wherever you use C, you must almost surely you can use C++ also without any problems. So a lot of your window operating system, the graphical user interface is developed in C++.